Hey guys, welcome back. Today I have a VR camera that is supposed to be a world's first, according to my research at least. Do correct me if I'm wrong. So essentially this camera can record two videos simultaneously in side-by-side mode, and the final result when viewed through a VR headset will give you an immersive 3D effect. This is the SVPRO VR camera and was sent to me by a website called trendsliving.com, who also have a store on AliExpress and Amazon. The camera alone goes for about $68, and I have the full set here, which includes a small tripod and a VR headset. The whole set is available for around $90. Now, last year I showed you how you can convert any video into SBS mode with the software, which will make it viewable by a VR headset and will give you somewhat of a 3D feel. This camera claims to do the same without any need of conversion. Let's unbox it and see if it can really do what it says. The box was pretty plain white, so I added my own art. Inside we have the VR camera in another box. There's a small tripod in a pouch. And finally the VR headset. Let's set the extras aside and focus on the main object. This is how the camera looks like. It has a plain metal frame, it has a screw and a rubber pad to mount it on the phone. There is a micro USB port here and some kind of slits through the body. I'm not sure what they're for. The two cameras are on the front side. The distance between them is roughly equal to the distance between your eyes, and that is how it achieves the 3D effect. Let me give you a brief explanation of how 3D works. When you look at anything directly with both your eyes, you naturally perceive the 3D effect. That is, you can make out the depth of the scene on how far or near an object is. If you close one eye at a time, then you will notice that with each eye, the image you see is slightly horizontally shifted than the other. Combining both of them and focusing on it gives you the feeling of depth. That is why you cannot get the depth effect with one eye or a single lens camera. And that is what this camera does by making two videos side by side, just like your eyes. To get it working, simply grab the USB cable from the box. Oh, by the way, there's also a spare micro USB cable and a user manual inside the VR camera box. This camera only works with Android at the moment, so you need an Android phone, of course, preferably one with Android 5 or 6. The app update for Android 7 still has some bugs being fixed right now. I'm using a Samsung S5 with Android 5.1.1 Lollipop. To get the app, you can scan the QR code in the manual or search for VR 3D camera on Google Play. Once you have the app, plug in the camera through the phone's charging port and then launch the app. To make recording easier, you can mount the camera on your phone like this. Just make sure you don't tighten it too much or you'll damage the screen. You can also use the tripod provided for more stability. The app is very simple, no complicated settings. There's a record button and it only records videos, no pictures. As you can see, both the cameras are recording a video side by side. Individually, each video is 1280 by 720p in resolution in MP4 format. And I have to say the quality is pretty sharp and clear. There's no lagging when you move the camera around, which means it has a pretty decent frame rate. I'm not sure how much that exactly is because it's not mentioned anywhere in the instruction manual on the product page, and I couldn't even find it on my PC by right-clicking on the properties of the video. It does have a decent FOV of 100 degrees, and that qualifies as a good wide angle. You can also resize the video by pressing here, which will basically stretch it vertically to fit the screen. And you can access your recorded videos by tapping here. I like the feature where it gives you an optional 10 seconds extra before playing the video, so you can have time to put on your VR headset and not miss the beginning of the clip. The videos are stored directly on your phone, so you can watch them anytime. For the next part, I need you to put on a VR headset if you have one. If not, you can at least enjoy my efforts at trying to record some footage which will give you a true feel of the camera's capabilities. For this clip, I simply arranged a couple items on my desk at different distances from the camera, and with the VR headset, you can clearly feel the 3D effect. When it comes to movement in the video, I think the simplest of tests can be an object moving towards or away from the camera. And in this case, you can clearly feel the object moving towards you or away from you. And finally, I think a drive through the neighborhood will give you a better perspective. I personally like it. The result is more than satisfactory. It has its pros and cons. Cons being that it can get a little fidgety with cable and all, and the fact that it has to be connected to your phone to record. It would have been better if it came with a built-in battery so it can be used independently like a GoPro and mounted easily for action-filled videos. The good thing is that it is small, easily fits in your pocket, delivers exceptionally good video quality, and it's the only one of its kind available right now, and that too for a relatively reasonable price of $68. I think it is great for those moments which you want to relive in a more realistic way. It gets a Miibooth rating of 8 out of 10. I've left a link for it in the description box below in case you want to check it out. And yes, I also figured out what these holes are for. It can get pretty hot while recording, so these are actually vents to help cool down the camera. And it also explains why it has a full metal frame. I think it is also the reason it records a maximum of 20 minutes per clip. One more thing, when you're on their store, there is a list of phones which they say are the only phones this camera is compatible with. I was not really convinced that hardware could limit an app from running, so I tried it with a Samsung J5, which you can see is nowhere on the list. And as you can see, it works fine. I'm pretty sure many more phones are missing from the list which will support the camera as long as it has the correct Android version. That's it for now guys. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button below and subscribe to my booth for more gadget reviews, life hacks and facts. You can also follow me on Facebook and other social media, the links to all of which are in the description box below. Click on the thumbnails to watch my other videos or check out my YouTube channel for more. And as always, thanks for watching.